Here we are again.
Hi, Barb. How are you?
Hi, Doug.
Hi, everybody. My name is Doug Yellenbrock, and I am the Director of Events with FMCA. This is Barb Filer. She is the Events Manager, and we're here today to talk about FMCA's 104th International Convention, Sunsets and Saguaros, going to be in Tucson, Arizona at the Pima County Fairgrounds, March 23 through 26. The object of this is to answer your questions. We want to make sure that everybody who's coming or those who are interested at least have the ability to ask us questions that, they might not want to email us or they might not want to send us, give us a call or whatever. So we're going to answer questions. We have a lot of questions that were sent in beforehand. We have a lot of questions that have already been sent to us. So we're going to get started on that fairly quickly. Barb, do you have anything that you would like to address before we start?
No, I think we should get right to their questions.
Okay, then we will do so. Robert Bornson, it's going to be his first convention. He has a couple questions. His question is, can we sign up for to get the empty and get his holding tanks emptied and fresh water filled in advance? His question. You do have to get it done in advance, but you can't get it done before the event starts. Yeah, we'll have signups for that starting on Tuesday, I believe, right? On the 22nd, you come in, buy your cards, get them out in your windshield. Schedule your dumps or your water fill. I wouldn't recommend doing it before that. We ask everyone to show up with their tanks empty, at least their black and grays empty, and their fresh water filled. So if you come in that way, you should at least have several days to go before you would need anything done as far as a dump or new water. So he also mentioned in his question, Bill DeWolf's question, which actually came before him, are there any equipment requirements to run our generators? The answer to that is no. We have talked about that with people. We do have our sites for those who have used their generators a little bit larger. You run into some problems with asking folks to put equipment on there. As far as what they can put on, whether it is made by the generator company, how it fits on the generator, will it damage the generator? So we've never gotten to the point where we've asked people to use the Genturies or anything like that. You certainly can if you choose to, but we do not require anyone to do so. All right, Dean Bazzo, thank you for joining. His question is, how many days can we come into park before the event? What is the daily cost to come in and park? Dean is a newcomer or a first timer. So Dean, I want you to know that you guys are going to come in. We ask all of our first timers to come in on the 21st, which is 2 days ahead of time. That way you'll get parked, get yourself settled you come in on Monday, the 21st. Okay. On Tuesday, you'll have the full day to walk around the grounds. We have a number of things going on for first timers that day. We'll have our mentor program going off and they'll be taking folks on walkabouts is what we call it. It goes from 11 o'clock till 3. They'll walk you around the ground, show where the different things are that you'll be participating in and wanting to see during the event. And then that afternoon, beginning at 3, we have our first timers orientation. You'll definitely want to be at that. Our Senior Vice President, Gary Milner, will be hosting that, talking all about all the different things that will be happening during the event. So that'll be happening on the 22nd, and the 23rd, the event starts. So our first timers, we give them opportunity to come in on the 21st. They don't have to, but that's what we will say. If you told us you're a first timer, we're going to send you a placard that says come in on the 21st. Now, if you want to come in earlier than that, we will have a minimal charge to stay earlier than that. Particularly if you have electric, we're going to charge you $30 a night. If you come in earlier, the earliest you can come in is Sunday. You can't come in any earlier than that. We do have some early arrivals coming in days before that, but that's for special, either they're volunteers in special capacities or they're part of our RV driving or RV basics classes. So the 21st is the earliest our general family attendees will be coming in. Let's go to Mike Murphy. He asked, we are registered for 30 amp electric only, and our friends are going to arrive after us. I was wondering how big the 30 amp area is. We have not determined how big it is because we can put as many 30 amps in there as we need to. what you will have to do, Mike, is if you're going to be camping with friends, you need to come in with your friends, or you have to wait in the holding area with your friends if you wish to park with them. If that's not a big deal, then you can get parked and just wait for them to show up and they can get parked. But if you're in the 30 amp or 50 amp areas, we'll have plenty of electric available for anyone who wants just electric. Just, sign up for it. We will have plenty. Now, once we get to a certain point where we have on site, we will lay out a certain amount of plugs. Once those plugs are gone, they're gone. So we will lay out, a number of extra plugs as we're preparing for the event. But, if they're not already purchased, they're not guaranteed. So if a person's just showing up hoping to get electric, there's a good chance there will, but there's also a chance that they won't, because those plugs will be all taken over by folks who are just coming in.
Robert likes your hat, by the way.
Well, thank you, Robert. Yeah, they kind of stick together.
Robert also.
How do you know he wasn't talking about your hat?
Well,
maybe he's an activity card.
Oh, that's
driver.
right. He wants to be a volunteer, I can tell. We're coming in for the newbie class on the 19th, so that's why he was wondering.
Okay.
About getting parked.
If he's coming in on the 19th for the RV basics, you'll be parked when you show up. We'll get you parked, hopefully very close to the facility where you'll be taking the class, so you don't have to worry about transportation at all getting there. So you'll come in on the 19th. They'll get you parked over there, and then you'll get instructions on where to go from your parking area to the building. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. Ours is an onboard generator. We're wondering about quiet hours, if there are any.
Yeah, Robert, when you talk about your generator, we have a couple of different categories. If you signed up for general parking, that's 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. parking. That means you can run your generator during those periods. If you're signed up for full generator, you can run them all the time, as often as you like, all night long, all day, whatever. If you're no generators allowed at all. So those are the options on the generator part. If you just signed up for general, then it's 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. that you can run the generator.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah, it kind of bounced. Yeah, he likes both our hats.
Okay.
So. Okay.
Art Majerus asks about when we see a list of vendors. Actually, if you go on the website, fmca.com, click on the menu and go to the events tab, click that out. You can find out who our current exhibitors are that we have signed up right now. It gives a list of those, and then you can click the link and it'll get you some additional information about those folks. So go on fmca.com and you can see the list of who's all coming.
Barbara's concerned about being able to park with the Road Trek group because it didn't happen in the past.
Well, Barbara, if you come in with the Road Treks and you have a Road Trek, I don't know why you didn't get parked in Minot. If you speak with the folks with Road Trek and get signed up with them, we'll make sure you get to park with the Road Treks. I don't know what happened in Minot, and I apologize that you didn't get to park with them. Make sure you talk to the parking folks and let them know that you are part of the Road Trek group.
And be sure to tell your leader that you're coming so she includes you on her list.
Yeah. Todd Gallagher asks, how do we make reservations to come in early, stay late? Todd, there's information, I believe, on the website already in our information central that gives you a list, a phone number for the Pima County Fairgrounds. That's who you will have to speak with about coming in early or staying late. What's that?
Not early. They probably won't let him camp early.
I'm not sure what their plan. It's their decision on how early, when they're going to cut it off. I believe they will have some campsites available before we get there, but they will ask you to leave that campsite once we take over the grounds on the 16th of March. So then you'll have to find someplace else if you want to do that. To stay late, you can talk to the Pima County Fairgrounds and find out from them and get registered with them to stay over.
You may have to move to stay late. You may have to move from where you are, and they'll reposition you. And there is a slight fee. It's all listed on the website. A list of vendors is online and is updated twice a day. The link, can they see the link?
Yeah, that's from Tina Henry.
That's from Tina.
Tina takes care of our commercial registration, folks. So she is the one who handles everybody who's signing up on a vendor side, and she does update the link twice a day. So you want to go out there, find out who's going to be, what vendors, which are going to be there with us. You can go look there, and she'll have it updated.
Do we need a tow car for any reason, first timers?
I would say you don't need one, but most people like to have it with them in case they want to go out shopping, they want to go to a restaurant, they want to go visit someplace else in the city. You certainly don't need it, but we know that most folks do bring a tow car if they come to the convention. When they come to the convention, there are concessions on the grounds. There's a restaurant. The Cantina has a restaurant. You'll have transportation throughout the grounds wherever you are parked. So on site, you do not need transportation. You don't need your own transportation. If you wish to go somewhere else off the grounds, you certainly will need that.
I will probably say it again, but bicycles are recommended.
Yeah. If you have bikes or something small, some kind of portable transportation, that's very, very helpful. Mike McIntyre, he mentioned that when he went to Gillette, he did need a 30 amp extension cord just in case. So, I'm not sure what most folks carry with them as far as extension cords. I would always recommend having some type of extension with you. We're going to be on layout electric for most part, so you shouldn't necessarily need long extension cords, but I would recommend having one just in case.
Bill DeWolf, we are first timers in a parking with the Integra Group, 30 amp, arriving one day early. Does that pose a problem with orientation?
Bill, if you are going to be coming in, if you're a first timer, you're going to be coming in on the 22nd. So I would say talk to those folks about getting in. I'm not sure what time you guys are scheduled to come in, probably early afternoon. So what you're probably going to end up doing is parking and then getting straight over to the first timers orientation. Sounds like. I'm not sure what time Integra. I believe they may be coming in at 1. I'm not sure about that for sure. If you need to come in, earlier, we can get you in, but you won't be able to park with the Integra Group because I know they are coming in as an entire group, I believe.
You know what day? I'm going to ask Allison.
I think they're coming. I think they're coming in the 22nd, but I could be wrong about that.
I'll have Alice. I'll text her.
We'll check out on that, Bill, and let you know for sure. You can get back with us. Art Majerus says happy birthday to Tina, so he must know Tina. Robert Bazzo is asking, and we've had this question from some other folks. As of right now, we are not requiring anyone to have to be vaccinated or show proof of vaccination or have any kind of negative test. In the county of Pima County right now, and I'm not sure where they stand. I know this was there in October, and I'm sure it's still there. They did have a mask mandate for their county buildings. We'll continue to, kind of monitor and let folks know as we get closer to what we will be doing. There's no sense telling folks now what we're going to do because we're 3 months out still. And you know how quickly things change. So, as we get closer, a month out, we will really be letting folks know what we're looking at as far as, any kind of policies that we might have. So I hope that answered your question. I know it's going to be a big topic as we move forward. Hopefully, I know I've seen predictions that Omicron will run its course through the end of January and we will get back to normal. I don't know how true that is, but I've seen that in some different places. I certainly hope that is the case. But we'll go with whatever we need to do in Tucson. And if the folks in Tucson ask us to wear masks, we'll wear masks. It's not preferred, obviously, but we'll see what their rules are. If it's just in buildings, that's not an awful thing because a lot of the things we will be doing in Tucson are outdoors. All of our entertainment's outdoors. A lot of our other things are taking place outdoors. So we'll let folks know, all of our attendees, we will let know what the requirements will be.
Go back to Integra.
Okay.
3/22 at 10 a.m.
Okay, so Integra's coming in at 10 a.m., so that should be plenty of time for you to get parked and then to make it over to the first timers orientation at 3. I don't see any problems with that. Norman Retzky asked, my billing address is Illinois, but my seasonal address is Tucson. Will the document packet go to the Tucson address or to my Illinois address? Norman, we probably need to check on that for you. I would say give us a call or give us an email to convention@fmca.com indicating that you need that checked and that you would wish for it to be sent to your Tucson address. Please send the address along to us as well, just to make sure we are sending your packet to the correct place.
If I can stop, there was somebody asking how to get in touch with the Integra owners. Oh, Todd Gallagher. Go down a little bit.
This way?
Yeah. How do I get Integra owners information as to when they are showing up? Todd, I guess you heard 322 at 10 o'clock. If you need any more information, email convention@fmca.com and we'll send it to you.
Okay. Olga said, Coach plugged in. However, noticed the plug come out at some point. All batteries dead. Coach Chessie Ember said. Olga, I'm sorry you tuned into our events thing, and I can't give you any kind of information on how to fix that. We're talking specifically about the convention in Tucson, and I would say, I'm not sure who to send that to. We'll hold your question and see if we can get it to somebody who can answer you.
First timers, we are registered but camping outside of the fairgrounds, so we'll be driving in each day. What time should we get there each day? Is parking included with our registration?
Yeah, Anita. Most of our things start at 8 o'clock. That's when we'll start our coffee hour in the mornings, 8 o'clock each day. So if you want to get there and you want to go to that, you can certainly do that. The seminars start at 9. The RV Expo starts at 9. So if you're just coming for that, you can get there by then. We do not charge parking. Your passport credential would get you to the parking area. You just put your badge on and come on in, and you'll be good to go.
You'll be given a special parking tow hanger or car hanger for your
vehicle.
Mirror.
Yeah, and you'll just park out in the public parking area right outside, walk on in, and you'll be good.
Wear your badges. I know that time of year can be squirrely and no one can predict the weather, but what are y'all anticipating?
The weather in Tucson is really nice. We're going to look at mid-70s during the day, down in the 50s at night. Sunny most of the time. I think they may have 2 days of rain throughout the month of March. We're at the end of March, so we're moving into the warmer period. So, I would plan on probably no hotter than 80, no cooler than 45, 40. I can't imagine it going lower than that. But you can expect 50s in the evenings and 70s during the day. All right.
Maybe some wind.
It is a little windy out there, so that is one thing that you should pay attention to, especially folks who will have their awnings out and stuff like that. There is a breeze that comes through. You're in a valley, so you do get a little wind out there on occasion that can pick up.
Just while you're away from your coach, just kind of keep things intact.
Yeah. Diana, I tried to register, but it shows the link is not found. Is this still open? Yes, we are open. I'm not sure what kind of problems we're having. I would suggest if you want to register, you give us a call at 800-543-3622. The girls are back there right now, and they can certainly take your call and take your registration. We'll check into what might be causing any kind of link to not be working, but as of earlier today, it was working fine. So we'll give that a check. But if you want to register, go ahead and give us a call there at that number, and they'll be happy to talk to you and get you registered. Get a drink of water here real quick, Barbie.
He's taking a break. He thinks it's a commercial break.
Get a little dry there. Sorry about that.
Want to do a page question?
Yeah. Pardon me. Renette Springworth wrote and said, my husband and I are excited to be attending our first FMCA rally. We have enrolled in RV basics class and driving class before the rally. What do we need to do regarding our early arrival? Renette, you don't have to do anything. We are going to send you in your packet, confirmation packet, everything you need to get there. We will send you the right card to get you there, to tell you what day to get there. We will send you badges and other information about both the driving school and the RV basics, along with your convention registration information. So that'll be coming out near the end of January, beginning of February. We'll have your cards. You have your information, confirmation stuff coming out to you. So you put it over my face.
Can you say it over your face?
Yeah, put it over my face.
Good idea.
So yeah, the confirmation packet will include all the information you need. So you should be in good shape that way. Got a couple more that were sent in. Art Majera said for Tina, look through exhibitor directory, didn't see anyone. Looking for someone to fix fogged windows. Did I miss anyone? We'll see if Tina is watching and maybe she can give us that information. Mike Murphy's asking how big are the 30 amp spaces. We keep those at 40-foot long or a little bit longer and 25 wide. So that's what you're looking at for your space for your RV. In the 30 amps and the 50 amps. Any of our lay down electric are that size. I'm not really sure, as far as we do have some full hookups on site. I'm not sure the size of their spaces. I'm sure they're plenty large for folks. But I do know our layout electrics are 25 by 40. The 40 is actually a little longer than that.
What is the ideal time of day to arrive? First timer arriving on Monday.
Ron, I would say if you're going to arrive on Monday, if you can get there early, that's better. It's always better to arrive early in the day because people tend to maybe stay a couple 100 miles away and drive in. That gets them there mid to late afternoon. So the earlier you can get there, the better off you will be coming in, especially on that first day, the 21st. That'll probably be our biggest parking day. So I would recommend you get there as early as possible. Our parking team starts at 8. They work till 5, and they'll get you parked during those hours. If you come in after 5 o'clock, you'll be asked to stay in the holding area overnight until the next morning. And at that point, they will park you.
Why don't you talk a little bit about parking? And sometimes it gets backed up. And
yeah, we do have, obviously when you have a couple thousand RVs coming in, we'll have several hundred, maybe, 500, 600 coming in at a time on Monday and Tuesday. Probably more than that even, but there are instances where we will have a lot coming in at the same time. So, there will be a line, there will be a little backup. What we try to do is we try to get everybody into the grounds and not sitting on the street. We want to get you at least a chance to get parked, even if it's for a little bit in our holding area. Stretch your legs before we get you to your final spot. If you come in, there's nobody in the areas, they'll get you parked right away. But if we are in the process of, getting several hundred, over a short amount of time, there probably will be a little bit of a parking, a little bit of period where you're going to have to wait, be a little patient before you get parked. Our parking team does a great job. They're out there, as I mentioned, 8 to 5 for 3 or 4 days in a row. So they are doing their best to get everybody parked. It's not easy all the time because we do have to back some people in, which takes a little bit more time than just pulling folks through. But if you have a little patience, get out of your RV, take a little walk around, get a drink of water, and then they'll get you parked very quickly after that.
You're all first timers coming in on that day, so we need a little more patience for them. They might take a little more time than normal. So just everybody just have fun. There was one about we have requested our packets to be picked up there, but we are in the early classes also. Will we be emailed the basics to get in?
No, our will call will be open. So when you come in, they'll have all your stuff waiting for you when you show up. For those who have will call, I'm going to go ahead and address this now. If you have will call, you will not be mailed anything, but you will be emailed everything you need aside from your badges and your parking credential to get there and to know what you're doing. So we'll email you our confirmation guide. We'll email you a card to put in your your windshield that says will call, so our parking team knows to send you to will call. And there'll be some other things that we'll send you as well. We'll tell you what day you need to come in.
It's Wyoming, but it'll say Arizona.
Yep. It'll be AZ 2022 on the top. So that will help you get in when you get your will call information. You'll put that in your windshield. They'll take you or they'll direct you to the will call area where you can pick up your packet and all your credentials.
You just print that off. If for some reason you can't print, just take a piece of paper and put a big W on it or will call on it, and they'll get you there.
Marilyn asks, I'm going to let you answer this one. We volunteered for information. Will we be parked with other volunteers?
No. No, we're going to let you, because the volunteers have all chosen different things. So it's a little difficult.
No, but they do park with the other volunteers.
Right. On the day they arrive, but they could be intermixed. There's not just a volunteer area.
But right. But she's an information volunteer, and she will be parked with other volunteers, but not necessarily just information volunteers.
Right.
You'll be parked with the other in the volunteer lot.
Correct. But it might not be perfect because, some of the volunteers might be 50 amps, some might be 30, but you'll all be, within each other. That's why you put that V in your window so we'll know.
Yeah, our volunteer lots will be blue A and blue B. The blue A lots, the blue A is primarily for those who have general parking or full generator parking or no generator parking. The blue B lot will be for 30 amp and 50 amp volunteers.
But if you want to be next to your buddy who's volunteering, you should come in together. Will reps and techs for Aquahot, Cummins, etc. be there to do actual work on your coach? I saw they were on site at the convention in Minot, and you could schedule service on coach systems.
Yes, we will have. I'm not sure. I'll have to check and see if Aquahot, Cummins have both signed up. I know Cummins is coming. I'm not sure about who will be doing Aquahot, if anyone. We do have a number of companies. We have a number of companies who will be on site to do limited service on RVs. If it's minor stuff, maintenance things, minor repairs, they can do that. They're not going to tear engines down, that kind of thing. But we do have quite a few companies who do participate in our service program, and we're trying to get more. That's one of the things that is it's a big deal if you can come to an event like this and get some work done as well. So we're working with different companies to see what we can do as far as getting different types of services available to our attendees while they're there for the 4 or 5 days.
For a group like Integra Group, can you walk through how the group parking process works?
Pete, what will happen is if you are coming in with the Integra Group, they will let you know what time you need to be there. Apparently, they are parking at 10 o'clock, so everyone needs to be there at 10 o'clock. They will split you up into 30 amps, and if there's anybody else, they'll split those folks off, and they will park you all at once. They will take the whole group over to the parking area. They'll get you all parked, all so you are all together. And it's really a very simple process. The key is everyone needs to be there at the time indicated. We have plenty of room in our holding area, our staging area. So if you want to show up there at 8 o'clock and wait till the rest of the Integra folks get there, you can certainly do that. Hopefully Integra will be working with you to get you some kind of a sign to put in your windshield to indicate that you are going to be parking with that caravan or with that group. And once that happens, then you'll be staged with the rest of the Integra folks. And then at 10 o'clock, they start rolling you out.
How far is the walk to a pet rest area?
It's going to really depend on where you're parked. There are 2 dog parks at this facility. One is on the north end near the Brecky Road entrance. One is on the south side of Thurber Hall. So there are 2 spaced out pretty good. So different people, depending on where you're parked, can go. You'll be able to find these on your maps. We'll have them noted where those areas are.
We are first timer in generator parking and towing in a 14-foot probably enclosed trailer with our bikes. Will there be enough room, or do we need to drop trailer off somewhere else.
If you're parked in generator parking, we can probably keep you together. I don't see that as being a problem. It becomes a problem when you are parking in electrical parking, because we don't have double sites. We have a site behind in front and a site behind, both with plugs. So we can't let you keep that we can't necessarily keep the trailer connected because you'll be parked with another plug. Well, we got to pay for that plug, and I don't think you want to pay 2 electric charges. So at that point, we would ask you to unhook. But in generator, full generator, general, whichever type, we don't have that. We don't have that problem. So typically, we can let you stay together. We'll just park you straight in. You can have your trailer on the backside connected still.
What is the cost for water and pump service on site? The cost is okay. If I say?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. The cost for a pump out is $45, and 100 gallons of water for $30. And you sign up in advance in the information center at Thurber Hall. They'll be there on Tuesday.
We do recommend, I mentioned it earlier, and I want to mention it again. Please show up with your tanks, your black and gray empty, and your water filled. You certainly, if you use that much, you certainly can, go ahead and get refilled. But I think, you might find you're not at your RV a whole heck of a lot during the day anyway. That, you can use the facilities on the grounds for the most part and not end up filling your tanks too badly during the show. There
are showers on site, and Glenda loves your hat too.
Yeah, it's very nice. Glenda, I'll let you wear it if you want.
How do we get signed up for service?
Well, there's a couple different ways this is going to happen. We have some companies that sign up to do pre-service arrangements, and we'll send some information out from these companies as we get closer to the event. And you can pre-sign up for service. So, I'm just using Cummins as an example. I'm not even sure they're doing it as far as the pre-registration, but we'll send an email out. You'll click on the link or call them, sign up for pre-service, tell them what you need, and then they will schedule a time to see you during the event. We also have on our Wednesday morning, beginning at 8 o'clock, our service center will open, and that will run till noon. At those times, you can come and visit any of the service providers who have signed up, talk to them about your situation, and get scheduled to have your repairs made. So there'll be some pre-registration involved, and then there'll also be the service center on that Wednesday morning, the first day of the show.
Todd wants to know if there's will there be new Integras on display?
Todd, I do not know that for certain. We can get with Tina and find out if any of the dealers are bringing Integras. I do not know that off the top of my head. If Tina's listening, maybe she can send something to us to let us know whether any of the dealers are planning to bring Integras.
Anita wants me to talk a little bit about seminars. Are they all indoors?
Anita, we have the majority of our seminars are indoors. We're going to have a couple that are outdoors undercover. We have some tents that we're going to have some seminars in as well. But for the most part, they all are indoors. We can take a few chances in Tucson with the weather because the chances of rain are limited. We don't have anything that's not undercover. Everything at least will be, with a roof over your head. The one exception will be we do a couple seminars at our main stage, and the seating there is wide open. So on those days, you won't have for those seminars. It's our biggest room, so we put kind of some of our bigger draws into that. There's not a lot of them, maybe 3 or 4, I think, at the most. But everything else is indoors or undercover.
The seminars run, and we're full at daily 9 o'clock is the first one, and 4 o'clock is the last one. They run on they're an hour each one with a half-hour break in between. So if you need that sort of thing, there's no charge. Only maybe for some of the crafts there'll be a charge, but pretty much all the other seminars are free for you.
Larry Priest is asking, and I'm guessing he's asking about 30 amp full, because we have 30 amp and 50 amp full hookup sites, very limited numbers. And then we have our 30 amp full regular electric, which we have plenty of. We won't run out of that. So he's asking about the full hookups, the 30 amp full and the 50 amp full. Larry, they're not that far apart. Maybe a couple 100 yards at the most between the two large lots. The one is right off Brecky. The Brecky Road entrance is the big 50 amp lot. There's a few other 50s scattered around. And then our 30 amps are to the south of Thurber Hall. There's a lot there that most of the 30 amp full hookups are in. So I know the wait lists are long for both. Whether your person can get on that 50 amp full hookup, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the name is and where they stand on the list. But I can tell you the lots aren't that far apart.
Just small grounds compared
compared to some of the fairgrounds or some of the facilities we go to. Tucson, Pima County Fairgrounds is a very small grounds. You can get around fairly quickly there. You can get a golf cart ride from one to the other. So you shouldn't have any problem being able to meet up with those folks.
Anita wanted to know, are tickets or pre-registration needed for seminars? All the seminars are first come, first serve. They're all set 200 plus as best we can. The craft seminars do require tickets and pre-purchase, but the other seminars are just first come, first serve.
Yeah, just about all the seminars, as Barb mentioned, the crafts do require registration, and you'll purchase a ticket for that. Everything else, you just show up, and that's we schedule them the best we can as far as knowing which seminar is going to draw the most people from experience and from the past. So that's how we schedule them and put the various seminars and rooms. Our most popular we put in our biggest rooms. Some of the other ones that may not have draw because it's more specific or more focused on a particular topic that draw fewer people, we'll put in smaller rooms.
I try to give the ladies program largest rooms because I know they always are well attended.
Yes, absolutely.
You're welcome.
Let's go to a question from our that was sent in earlier. Oh, you get another one?
Are you using the same app as in the past?
Yes, we will be using Crowd Compass, and you should be seeing that available probably early March is what I predict we'll have that out by. Maybe the second week of March. It'll certainly be at least a couple weeks before the show starts. So we will use Crowd Compass again. So if you already have it on your phone or on your device, you'll be able to just update that with the new app for Tucson.
But we'll send a digital program out prior to that.
Yes.
But the app will be most updated from the digital program.
I had a question. Will there be a vendor at the show doing motorhome weighing individual wheel weights? The answer to that is yes. RBSEF will be there. They do a terrific job for us. They've been doing it for years and years and years. You'll be able to sign up with them on Wednesday morning from 8 to 1 or 8 to noon or 8 to 1, depending on how long they stay. And then you can go visit them at their booth in Pueblo Hall, and they'll be happy to set you up. They'll do the weighing either the last day or the day before, however they can get it set up. So, depending on when you're going to leave, they'll schedule you to get weighed.
Another question. We're already registered for the event in March in Tucson. My question is, when do we get to choose our classes to attend?
As we just talked about just a minute ago, the classes, you don't have to sign up. You don't have to register. If you want to go to a class, you go to the class. So in that kind of, we can piggyback that on to Patty. Patty just sent a question about, is there a daily event schedule? There will be, but there is not now. We are not to that point yet. We'll be kind of solidifying the schedule over the next couple of weeks as we march towards putting our program together to be printed. Once that happens, then we will have that daily schedule events available for folks. They can start looking at it. Right now, there's no sense putting the daily schedule events together because things are still changing. We're moving rooms around. We're adding things. We're losing things. So putting any kind of schedule out now doesn't make any sense for us. As we get closer, that we will get it out so folks can start planning and doing their own scheduling. And I do want to recommend using the app for that. You can schedule all your classes, all your seminars on the app. It's a great little tool, and I really encourage everyone to use the app when they're at the convention.
If I could clarify too, if you can use the app for scheduling, but it won't tell us that you're attending. So if you're going to attend a craft class, you have to show up and sign up for the craft class and get a ticket. There's also a small class called Stop the Bleed, and that has a limited attendance of 16 she can do. So there will be a sign up for that, and that will be in the information center if you're interested in that. But the descriptions will state if they're a sign up class or not.
We have a question from a Facebook user. Are you adding any speakers? I teach a seminar at Escapee Events called All About Valley Fever. Tucson is the location of the Center for Excellence in Valley Fever Studies at the University of Arizona. Our seminar rooms are pretty well packed right now. You can certainly send us an email to convention@fmca.com with some information, and we'll see if that's something that maybe we can squeeze in. But right now, I have to say that our seminar rooms are pretty well packed. We do have people that cancel. We do have things that happen that may open up some space, and we'd be happy to look at what you're providing and possibly include it.
Send that information to that convention at fmca.com, and I'll look it over. I'll send you a link to put your seminar in, and then I'll know to keep an eye out for you. We'd love to have you.
All right. I have a question from Beth Smith. It says we are paying for 5 nights. I counted only 4 nights. What are the nights we were supposed to be staying? The convention is 4 nights or 4 days, but we asked you to come in at least the day before. So the earliest, we have some people coming in very early who are on the parking team and other volunteer groups that come in super early. But all of our family members, we asked to come in either Monday or Tuesday, which means you'll be staying either 5 or 6 nights, depending on which day you come in. So you'll stay, either the 21st, the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, and then we ask you to go home on the 27th. So there's the days. Everybody gets at least 5 days opportunity to come in. Right.
Do you want to review the vaccinations policy again, or will vaccinations be required with the Clear app? Will masks be required? What safety measures are planned?
Yeah. Right now, we do not have any need for vaccination cards. We've not planned to do that. Masks will be required if they're required by the county. It just depends on what the Pima County says and what we have to abide by. But as of right now, we are not going to be asking folks to be vaccinated to attend this event.
Terry wants to know where can we find the app again? Terry, if you used the app before and it's still on your phone, it would be that same image, Crowd Compass, but it's the same company, crowdcompass.com, and Crowd Compass, and then you'd look for the FMCA show, but our Tucson show would not be shown at this time.
Yeah,
it's not built yet.
Yeah, we'll send out information to all attendees about how to get access to the app again, whether you have it now or whether you need to download it. So that information will come out, like I said, probably near the end of February, beginning of March. I think we'll probably have that information available and have the app up and running.
I want to talk about the weather.
We did already.
Okay. When will the program be on the website?
We plan to have the program hopefully on the website in February, hopefully the middle of February, but it'll probably be closer to the end of February. We'd like to have it out if we can a month beforehand. It's just a matter of getting it done, once we get it done, even before it's printed, we can get it together. So once it goes to the printer, we make sure that it's all good to go on the printer. Then we have it, another company who then puts it into digital form. We go through it, make sure there's no craziness going on, and then release it to our attendees to use. So I'm thinking middle of February to the end, but probably more towards the middle.
And that'll be located, drop down on the FMCA.com, drop down the events tab, and it's Information Central. And it'll be up in the corner. You'll see the program when it's ready. Want to go over entertainment?
We can go over entertainment. We did have a question about entertainment. We have our first night. We will have oh my goodness. Now I got to remember their names. The surfers.
Rock Bottom Boys.
Well, we have Rock Bottom Boys. That's going to be on the first. That'll be on Wednesday evening, I believe, or Tuesday evening.
Tuesday evening.
I don't have my schedule with me, and I apologize. I should have that with me to go over it completely.
I have them all on the other one. Oh, here. This on this one?
I'm sure it will be on there.
Yeah, there we go. It's a little messy.
But actually,
Wednesday.
Instead of trying to go over it here, it's on FMCA.com. You can go in and find out all of our entertainment. It's listed there at FMCA.com. We will have, our evening entertainment is Southwest Surfers. We'll have those guys. We'll have our block parties. That'll be on Thursday. On Friday,
It's Cage.
Kale Moon's on Friday, and then on Saturday we will have the Big Zephyr. We also have some other entertainment going on during the daytime. We'll have some evening entertainment on Tuesday and Wednesday, or Tuesday night. I'm sorry. Along with our card bingo and different things like that. So there'll be plenty of things to do. There is on FMCA.com. You can go to that link that's showing right now and see all what's going on. We do have some more things that we're going to be adding to that as we get closer. We just need to get the agreements, T's crossed, I's dotted, all that kind of fun stuff. So expect to see a little bit more as we get closer to the event.
Tina answered the foggy.
Okay. Tina's saying to Art, right now, no one states that they repair foggy windows. Custom glass solutions will be there in the connections area. Please check with Matt to see if there's anybody in the Tucson area affiliated with them that can assist you. She has a contact number of 855-782-5246. So there's that.
Good. Okay. How are the roads paved? Can I use a road bike?
I'm not sure what a road bike is. I'm guessing that's a bicycle with the skinny tires. Is that what a road bike is? I'm guessing. Most of the parking areas outside the fence line, they will be gravel, desert surface, I guess is the best way to explain it. Inside the fence, we are paved with blacktop. So, obviously on that, you shouldn't have any problem there. I'm not sure how well it rides on the surface outside. It's not thick gravel at all. It's very fine. It's almost like a sand, but it's packed down. So it's desert surface is the best I can say. It's hard packed as far as the pavement on the areas on the outside of the fence line, where a lot of our parking will be. And then the inside is all paved where the activities are taking place.
What's the difference between a passport and full registration?
Full registration means you are going to stay in your RV on the site through the duration of the event. Passport means you are going to stay somewhere else at a campground nearby, a friend's house, somewhere else. And then you are going to drive in each day and you have full access to all the seminars, entertainment, everything else. You're just not parking on site. So that's the difference between what a passport is and what a full registration is.
When will the confirmation packets be mailed?
Confirmation packets will be going out near the end of January, the beginning of February. I want everybody to have their confirmation packets who have registered by the early bird deadline by the middle of February. They should have their packets by then. Reminds me that our early bird deadline is coming up. It is 2 weeks from today. On January 19th will be our early bird deadline. At that point, the price will go up $20. So if you haven't registered yet, if you know friends who are planning on registering, please get them to give us a call before then so they can take advantage of that savings. Machida Spangler asked, will there be any more full hookups available? No, there will not. We are sold out of full hookups, and we have wait lists 50, 60, 70 deep. So if anyone tries to sign up now for full hookups and is looking for that, unfortunately, we just don't have them. The grounds does not have a large quantity of full hookups, and we can't build them. So, we have what they have, and those are gone. I'm sorry to say that they were gone after a day and a half of registrations. So obviously everybody wants those, and we will be talking to the folks at Pima County Fairgrounds to see if they can perhaps add some more. We do like when we go to some places that have full hookups galore, and I know our attendees appreciate that as well.
Super Steer, yes, we'll be using that great app again.
Absolutely.
Crowd Compass. Thank you. Oh, that's what Gregory said. Thank you. That's what I needed. Okay. Dodie, I like that name. Do we need to unhook our toad before coming in?
Dodie, we recommend it if you can. We don't require you to do that. If you can, if you say you stop off a couple miles away to either dump your tank or to get gas or get groceries or whatever, we would ask that at that point unhook and then drive in behind it. It'll lessen what you have to do once you get on site. If you don't, it's not a problem. We will have an unhook area where you can pull into. You'll have the opportunity to unhook, and then you'll drive over to where the staging area will be once you're unhooked and ready to get parked. So it is encouraged, but it's not absolutely necessary. We will have an unhook area where you can get yourself unhooked.
We had a question again about parking with friends. If you want to park together, you must come in together. It's the only way. We can't hold spots or anything like that. You come in together, you park together.
Barb's right, but she's not entirely right.
It's always changing the rules.
We do encourage you to come in together. If you don't come in together, what you can do is you can wait in the holding area until your friends arrive, and then you can be parked with them. The key is that you have to be parked together. We will not hold spots. So if you show up, say you show up at noon, your friend's not showing up till 2, you hang out in the holding area until they get there. Once they're there, you guys hook up, and then you get parked. And that's, it's really that simple. If you want to park with them, you got to be with them when you go to get parked.
What day do we leave? Never. We're keeping it.
The convention ends on the 26th. Obviously, you can leave whenever you choose to. The convention ends on the 26th. Everyone, we do ask that you leave by noon the next day. If you are in the 30 amp and 50 amp lots, the lay down lots, your power will be turned off at 9 o'clock, just so you know. I know some people are concerned about when they are going to leave, that it's going to be some mad rush and it's going to be all backed up and there's going to be all kinds of congestion and you're not going to be able to move for hours. It's not like that. Believe me when I tell you, you will be out of the grounds within a few minutes. People kind of just disappear, and it's just the craziest thing because it takes us, several days to get everybody in there, and it takes a while to get everybody parked. You would think it would take forever for everybody to get out. It just doesn't happen that way. People leave at their leisure, and they just kind of disappear off down the road. So don't worry about the situation on leaving. You won't have any problem getting out. Promise.
So he said it ends on Saturday, but that's after entertainment. So he's still Sunday morning by noon, I guess.
Yeah, by noon on Sunday noon is when you need to be out. Saturday, yeah. I mean, the convention runs until the end of entertainment on Saturday evening. Then that is the close of the convention.
Do I need to be a member to come to convention?
No, you do not. We invite and we encourage anyone with an RV to come visit us. And if you don't have an RV, come visit us as well. You can buy a passport and come visit us that way. Do a day pass, just visit for a day. We encourage anyone to come see what FMCA is about. We certainly hope that once you're there, if you're not a member, you do become one. We'll have some folks there who will be talking to folks who aren't members and hopefully encouraging those folks to become members of FMCA and see what we all have to offer those who are RVing, the benefits and all the all the great things that FMCA stands for and offers to folks.
So we have a little break, so I want to do a plug.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. So we offer a lot of different things. We're always looking for ways to bring you together in common interests, be it through chapters or whatever. But one thing we started, in 2018 is a book club. So it's called the FMCA Super Size Book Club. And this year we are honored to have an author out of Phoenix, Isabella Maldonado. She is, I guess their publicist says that she wore a gun in the badge in real life before turning to crime writing. She is had decades of experience on the force. Now she's a stay-at-home mom writing books, but she writes from true experience. The book we're doing is A Different Dawn, and you purchase the book anywhere you can. There's a place to sign up because it's kind of nice to know that you're coming, so I get the right size room and everything. And she'll be there on Friday at 2:00 in Seminar 2, I believe, but I'll have it out there specifically. And get the book, read it. She'll be there to do a reading, do a Q&A with you, and sign it. And this has been a really popular event. I hope you would take advantage of this. Her other book that's out, it's called The Cipher, has been taken up by J-Lo, and she is going to maybe make it into a Netflix event. So it's kind of exciting. She's new to the scene, a couple books under her belt, but it will be really fun to meet her. So that's the key, is to get somebody local from the area to connect with you so you get a feel for where you are. And I think she'll be very, very good with this.
Yes, absolutely.
Be there. Get your book.
Right.
Is there a link? There it is. The link is up there now and how to sign up. It just tells me that you're coming and that you're interested, so I have enough seats.
And you can go online. That's also online. If you go to the website, there's some information about that as well. Mike McIntyre asked, are barbecues or smokers allowed? You are allowed to have grills there. They have to be enclosed. They have to be contained. No open fires. We don't want that going on. But if you have grills, you certainly can use those.
I did sign up for the. Yay! Thank you, Anita. Yeah, I guess I should mention there are some sign up things, but you could have walked into.
I want to mention a couple other things that we're doing that relates to chapters. After our first timers orientation on Tuesday, we'll have our chapter fair, which is an opportunity for chapters within FMCA to kind of showcase what they do. So, they'll invite folks to come and visit with them, tell them, what their chapter's about, where they're at, the whole thing. And then, later on Thursday, we're going to have our chapter block parties, which are kind of a extension of the chapter fair. Whereas, the chapter fair, they can sit there and talk to you about what they're about and everything. The chapter block party shows you what they do. It shows how they get together and have fun, and what they do when they're at rallies or when they're at conventions together or whatever. So during the chapter fair, they'll be inviting folks to their block parties, and we did this one time. It was in Perry, and it was a great success. Since then, because of COVID and other factors, we haven't been able to do it, but we are bringing it back for Tucson. We want to make it a big deal, and really encourage folks to visit with these chapters, find out what they're all about. Quite honestly, chapters are kind of the biggest thing at the FMCA as far as the social element. If you join a chapter, you automatically have this big group of friends that you have now become one of. So, we certainly encourage people to join chapters. We encourage folks to start new chapters for different things. So, we want people to be involved in this, both the chapter fair and the block parties, and for it to be a big success. We also have some new things that we're going to do. We've done our Magic Mile for a few years now to raise money for our charity of of choice at the different conventions. For this convention, our charities be Casa de los Niños. I'm not very good at it, but I think I did okay there. So we're going to give any money that we collect for the Magic Mile to those folks. We also are going to try something new. We haven't done this before. We've done it in different iterations in the past, but we're going to do a silent auction, and we want folks to be involved on the chapter level, on the individual level. Exhibitors can put together. What we're looking for is these groups to put together baskets, boxes, whatever that we can have as a silent auction item. We'll have folks bid on them, and then the money collected will also go to our charity. There'll be some other things going on involved with both the chapters and the charity, and our auction. So a couple of new things that we're adding. There's going to be some other new things as well, but I wanted to bring those things up, right now, just kind of put it in your mind. You're going to see more about it in your confirmation guide and the different e-blasts that we'll be sending out as we get closer to the event as well.
In regard to the Magic Mile too, we have one of our members. She'll be doing a morning warm up for you. I think it's 7:45, or look for the exact times so you can come and get all warmed up and stretched out for that walk.
Yeah, that's going to be over in the FMCA Town Center area. You'll be able to find it we'll have it marked on the map so you can find it fairly easily.
It's called Morning Stretch and Cardio. So look for that.
Right.
Where are we? Oh, he wants.
I don't know, Dick or Rich. I know you're asking what is the expected drive time from Tucson to Potrero, California, and I do not know that.
We'll have to Google map that one or something.
I don't know.
Maybe somebody will have time to do that before we leave.
Yeah, our hour's up here, so we're probably going to sign off in a few minutes. I do want to mention that we'll be doing another one of these on February 2nd. At that time, we're going to be talking a lot more about parking, about the things that came in your confirmation packet, and any updates that we might have as we get closer to the event. And then we'll also do another one on March 2nd, I believe, which will be our final one that kind of ties a lot of the loose ends up and gives you any kind of last minute information before we start heading out towards Tucson, middle of March. I leave the 14th, I believe. Barb comes a few days later, 17th. And then we'll be partying a week after that. So we're looking forward to it. If you have questions, you can always send them to convention@fmca.com. We'll get you an answer. You can also call us if you have friends. Encourage them to join you during the event. Bring them with you. The more, the merrier. We're planning for a great show out here, and I'm looking forward to it. It's getting cold here in Cincinnati, so Tucson in March is probably going to sound really good in a couple weeks here when it gets really cold.
Real quick, I'm going to put a plug in. Think about being a volunteer. First timers, it's kind of rough for you. Maybe you could do some seminar volunteering. You don't really know a lot of it yet till you get one under your belt. But we're looking for volunteers. Get a hat. All areas. Keep an eye on the website. There's descriptions on information Central. Gosh, can't get it out. Also, anybody who paid half of a payment and went on the payment plan, the next payment will be taken on January 18th. So if your card all of a sudden gets, pinged, you'll know that's us. But if your card is expired, if you want to call in and make that half payment now, great. Otherwise, we'll be calling you. So thank you.
I have one other question we're going to get to. A user who is on Facebook user says, we were registered for the driving class, or first timers. Will there be a conflict between a driving class and first time orientation? I don't know. I will tell you that because I don't know when your driving class is. The orientation is at 3:00 on Tuesday. I believe all the driving class instruction should be completed by then. I guess we would have to look at when your schedule is. You can certainly talk to the folks with the driving class and make sure that whatever you are supposed to be doing is completed by 3:00 on Tuesday so that you can attend that class. And they'll be happy to work with you on that. They're great people to work with. The RV school folks do an awesome job for us. And I think you'll be thrilled, not only with the instruction you get, but with the help and just the people who you'll be working with that group.
If you want to email convention@fmca.com and just ask that we check your scheduling if you want more detail. Can we still order a t-shirt?
I believe the t-shirts are still available. Go online and get those through the FMCA store. And I think that's it. All right. Well, I'm glad y'all joined us. Please come back in February when we'll go over a whole bunch more stuff. And it was good. Yeah, I'm excited. I know Barb's excited. The whole office is ready to go. The holidays are over. Now it's time to start looking at Saguaros and sunsets, and we are ready. So everybody have a great afternoon, and we'll see you in about a month. Take care.
Be safe.